Welcome, Round Cat, and damn, I remember that. What the hell were they thinking with that name? Okay, I'm just waiting for the stream information to refresh because it didn't have the thumbnail for some reason. Well, yeah, I know. Also, for some reason, the stream is not accepting the thumbnail. What the hell? It's the same I have been using for Final Fantasy. Okay, I got a different thumbnail. I'm just seeing if it gets fixed, and I'll join you. Okay, there we go. There we go. Also, did Loki really get a lightsaber? All right. Well, damn. Disconnected. I guess I will have to rejoin you, so I'll wait for you to host again. Yeah, it froze and then it disconnected. I'm rejoining. God damn. You can only magic in Cold Tower? What? Mega Man X4 reference. The Force Armor. If only Netflix made a show about this game from the producers of Stranger Things. Huh. I'm not sure how that would work out. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I can really trust Western productions with a Japanese story in 2025. You know what? If it were a Japanese production, it would probably be more faithful, or even better, an anime. Because, live action has more constraints since you use real people and stuff. Animation is probably better because it's easier to convey fantasy, monsters, epic battles with superpowers. I also kind of had this gripe with, superhero movies. They should be animated because doing all those effects with real people is way more complicated and expensive. They could just animate it. Time to do the final area. Alright. Sorry. I hadn't spoken because, I was paying attention to the game. But I also look at the chat. Welcome. Yeah, when the chat is not very active, well, I don't have much to talk about. That is a thing with all the Japanese games. It tends to be a thing. Trust me, I have learned the hard way. If there was a Final Fantasy VI anime, there would be a lot of "God damn it, wrong cat." Understandable. And hey, not bad. Okay, see the comparison Gao to Ash? Huh. Wait, how did you get from Mog to Brock or Sasuke? What? That's awesome! Well, you know what? That is a little ambitious, but good luck. I don't know how advanced are the tools for editing Final Fantasy VI, but if you can pull it off, I mean, go ahead. I know that some games do have quite the extensive editing tools, like Super Mario RPG, but I haven't really heard of there being much of a modding scene for Final Fantasy VI. But then again, you know, it's not only the Super Nintendo version, there are ports, so I suppose it could be easier with the PC port or the PlayStation port. Oh, damn. One where Leo was permanent? Okay. Huh. A what if? Block is the instant win button. The new characters will be the Magitech Police, based on 1800's Police, Princess Lunara, Daughter of King Doma, Captain Gestalt. Wait, is that guy related to the Emperor? Huh. The son of the Emperor as a playable character. She's Doma's 12-year-old daughter. She was kept safe in mobiles before Kefka poisoned Doma. She later has a relationship with Gao in the world of Ruin. Wait, a relationship with Gao? What? How old is Gao supposed to be for that matter? Huh. Okay, I thought he was an adult. I guess that's less weird. Yeah, don't worry. You know what? I just assumed that everyone except Realm was an adult. I'm not sure how accurate that was. I mean, yes, in the same way that old people call other people kids, even if they are not literal kids. I mean, Mog is not even human, so 11 years for Mog could be, you know, like 11 years in a dog. Really? Huh. I thought they were more like some kind of animal. I mean, I know that they can speak, but I assumed they were more like a dog or a cat in how they age. Huh? The fight commanding a romantic cutscene? Okay, that could be funny. Of course Gao is gonna get a Goku type of understanding. Mood suit. Actually, I'm not sure how you say it. I mean, the default English pronunciation for me would be mod sud, but I honestly don't know. Gold Dragon is surprisingly easy for how late it shows up. I honestly have no idea. I wasn't sure about any of the tools other than chainsaw. Team Moxcho. One of the worst magistrates. Final Fantasy VI Destiny Awaits. It sounds pretty good. I mean, at this point, you can just remove it. If it's already bad and you're gonna nerf it, might as well get rid of it. Hey, Ramcat, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water. Also, reminder to stay hydrated. Or never mind. Okay, I'll do this battle and then I will go. Have you heard of fandubs? I mean, as a general thing, yes, I know of fandubs. Check out Silly Seals Final Fantasy VI fandub. Wait, Final Fantasy VI with a fandub? Huh, okay. That's new. I mean, that's new to me. They even have fun with voices without scripting. Huh. Okay, I'll go get the water and I'll be back. I'm back. Which do you think is better, spring water or purified water? I don't think I have ever had spring water. And let me tell you, I live in Mexico, so, you know, it's a third world country and tap water is undrinkable. So the only option is purified water. Now, I'm not sure if it's exactly the same, but during my grandma's times, there were, you know, wells that were dug in natural water reservoir, and according to her, that water was really good. And also, it was cool, so it could even be used for some rudimentary form of refrigeration before fridges were invented. They had a way to keep things cold. But yeah, for me, purified is the way to go because I have no other option. Mega Man 3 reference. Well, the thing is, I did play those Final Fantasy games 4, 5, and 6 way too many years ago. We're talking about like over 20 years ago. And not completely because I didn't have those games. I played it at friends' houses. And you know, we took turns. So it's a combination of not playing the entire game by myself and that it was so long ago, I don't remember everything. But yes, technically I did play Final Fantasy 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7 is fresher in my mind because I did play that several times. And I was a bit older. I had a limited experience with Final Fantasy VIII, but again, I didn't have the game. I played it with friends. I mean, at a friend's house, so not much. And I didn't touch any Final Fantasy ever since. In high school, I did play Crisis Core, and that's about it. I haven't played any other Final Fantasy games except Brave Exvius, which was a gacha, and was because I think it's already dead. One of the final bosses uses ultras. Huh. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I did play Dissidia in high school. You know, in the PSP, Dissidia and Dissidia Duodecim. But anyway, Ron Cat, I think that you're controlling everything, so I don't think I can do anything myself in this battle. No problem. Yeah. I kind of forgot too. Round Cat reminded me. All right, that sounds interesting. Let me see. The floating island. Oh yeah. Ah. Sephiroth. I guess he will never be a memory. Sip it, Sephiroth. Well, that's how Super Nintendo ROM hacks go. That is no problem. But looking forward to it. That is kind of a joke. It is technically the Ted Woolsey uncensored version. That is the name of the ROM hack. Of the ROM hack. I have a granddaughter. A self-help booklet. All out, which allows to use every single party member in the fight. Oh damn! That's gonna be insane. Nah, don't worry. Also, you know, this guy kinda looks like Sigma from Mega Man X. Alright. Considering that you don't get to, you know, make your own parties, I assume your version is gonna be more challenging. Well, yeah, that's also a good point. I do remember this part from the playthrough. Kefka's god form is just too iconic. This is the end game. Yeah, I know. That sounds cool. Wait, 1 life? I mean, 1 HP? Oh damn, he's getting Thanos snapped. Kefka ironically killed by a weapon based on the user's health. Yeah, absolutely. Kefka is the embodiment of insanity. I mean, my knowledge kind of stops at like Final Fantasy VIII, but you know, out of all those games, Kefka seems to be the most insane of the villains. The others had more concrete motives. The only one that is similarly deranged is Sephiroth, but not exactly, you know. I mean, it's like Sephiroth is a homicidal maniac, while Kefka is more like of an omnicidal maniac. He wants to kill everyone and everything. And Sephiroth just has mommy issues. Earthbound? No, I haven't played that one. I do have the game, and I actually plan on playing it on stream. I just haven't gotten around to yet. Well, I think either one fits around Cat because, yes, your approach, I mean, being ironic does fit, but on the other hand, I can easily picture Kefka just laughing all the way until he's gone, down to the last atom. I think that my view of Kefka is probably influenced by his portrayal in Dissidia. Not gonna deny it. Huh. Another fight with Kefka. Kefka probably died in self-loathing that he failed to crush their spirits, and humanity will now rebuild without his destruction. That could very well be his final thought. They left Gogo to die. I didn't know Locke was that old. I thought he was more or less on the same age range as Belen. "11-year-old girl piggybacking on an old man." Shadow did die though in the end. Oof. A kid like me. And you. Well, I don't know if it's any comfort to you, but with the way things are going, I don't think think pregnancies are going to be much of a thing anymore in the coming years. So it's gonna be a thing of the past. At least to some extent. The apocalypse happened, so they probably figured it was now or never to do the dirty deed. It all started with 3 soldiers, ended with an airship. Yep. That was quite a journey. Wait, what do you mean Earthbound in the same universe as Final Fantasy VI? Okay, that is a wild jump. Okay. Since I haven't played Earthbound, I don't get it in full because, as far as I know, the Earthbound is about aliens, and here it is about magic, mystical beings, but not exactly outer space. The end. There's aliens in the Final Fantasy series. Yeah, I know. It's just Final Fantasy VI in particular. It doesn't seem to have aliens. Yes, I know. The whole thing with Genova is that she is part of a race of aliens that drains the energy from worlds. And they were mistaken to be, the ancients. Yeah, I actually know that. It's really good. I mean, I have to say, it confirms my idea that the Super Nintendo games were really the golden age. And I mean, it's just probably one of the best RPGs of all time. Well, obviously that comes with the territory. All RPGs are gonna have grinding. So yeah, I get it. But you know what? The grinding doesn't really bother me. I mean, when I play the games on my own, when I do it on stream, I guess it can get a little annoying. Sorry. So, the random encounters were a little bit much, but again, it's old school RPGs, so that comes with the package. Have a good night, Darth Bounder. Yeah, you know what? I still think Pokemon did get the right idea with a repel item. That should be a thing in other RPGs, like a repel spell or a talisman that blocks or reduces random encounters. Something. It should definitely be a thing. Yeah, but that is so specific. And then you have multiple parties, so only one party can benefit from the charm. It's a solution, but it's not a perfect one. I mean, it's better than nothing. You know what, Ron Cat? Okay, I'm still not entirely sure why you specifically say you play this when you get depressed, but I can see why one would want to play this game like every year or so. Like once every year. I haven't really done that. God damn. I haven't done that in a while. Like playing a game every year, like the same game once each year. I used to do that. Some people want an in-universe sequel to this game. That wouldn't be bad. I mean, well, I don't know now. I don't know if I can trust them with making a story now. But if they did back in the day, it probably would have been good. I get depressed every year. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, it's a good game. And I have gone through depression, but I also went through therapy. I kind of got over it. So it's not as much of a thing for me anymore. But on a related note, for me, the Mega Man X games, the Super Nintendo ones in particular, are supposed to be my my comfy spot in gaming. You know, with the whole streaming thing, I haven't exactly done that because, I'm not playing games entirely for myself anymore. But those would be my comfort games to play. Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3. Explore the ROM hacks, the fan games. And to be honest, X5 also. I do like X5. It's gonna be a hot take. I like X5. X4, I like it a little bit less than 5. And well, 6 was garbage. The ROM hack kind of fixes it. 7 is bad even with the ROM hack, and 8, it was bad. I mean, I played it once, and I guess that's fine, but I didn't really enjoy it much. Misery loves company. Damn. Well, Roncat, I genuinely hope you feel better. I know that depression is no joke, and I mean, as someone who has suffered it, I'm not joking. I did suffer it. I had a very dark period in my life, like in my early 20s, and it was a hell of a hole that I had to crawl outside of. And I guess I was lucky because the psychiatrist that my grandma got was actually a good man. That he could have just filled me with medicines, and I probably would have been sedated into oblivion. But instead, he talked to me. He performed some analysis, and he actually showed me with the psychological tests and stuff he did that I had the mental strength to actually come out of the hole without drugs. Drugs would have been the easy way out, but at what cost? And it's like you can do this on your own. I mean, we're gonna help you. And it's gonna be harder, or you can depend on pills to function. And even though I was completely destroyed at that time, I still chose the hard way, because I guess living in Latin America also makes you used to the harshness of life. So, yeah, I know that usually 90% of the time things don't come the easy way. And if they do, there's usually a catch. So, for whatever reason, I chose to take the hard way without drugs. I got out of it. And I still can tell, like, people tend to think that depression is just like, oh, I'm sad. No, it's much deeper than that. And I guess, everyone's experiences can be different. But for me, it was, like having a little demon on my back, always telling me how worthless I am and, to give up and much worse things that I shouldn't be saying. So I eventually got over it. I'm not gonna say it was easy, and I'm not gonna say it's the same process for everyone. I still got the feeling that I didn't completely kill off that little demon, but at least I have managed, to shove him somewhere in the depths of my conscious that he doesn't bother me as much anymore. And I can live, a semi comfortable life. I get the notion that I am broken, but not too broken so as to be dysfunctional. So I guess I am in a limbo. I am not completely normal, but I can at least function in society. I don't know how else to put it, but I guess that's how I can describe it. So, in any case, I really hope one day you can overcome it because, I personally know it's a heavy burden and very few people deserve to have that. And most people who suffer depression don't really deserve it. So, the people who actually do horrible things usually are, psychopaths, sociopaths. So they don't even have a conscience or, they don't tend to take mental damage in that way. Also, there is a douche who knocked out all my Pokemon from gyms right before midnight. God damn it. I don't like antidepressants either. That just feels like dying to yourself. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about that. Um, Round Cat, I assume that you have seen, this trope that it's comical that someone has their closet full to the brim, and the moment they open it, a literal avalanche of things come out. It's always played for fun, but that is the best way I can explain how I feel about my own mind. I cannot even begin to describe all the dysfunctionality and all the bad things that have happened because trust me, I tell you this with 100% sincerity. My life has been messed up in countless ways that most people can't even fathom. It's way worse than just being, born in the third world in the wrong San Francisco. it, it's really way worse than that. And somehow I have endured all of that through, childhood, teenager years without going insane. So that is also what my psychiatrist was talking about. I do have a remarkable degree of mental strength. So it's like also another way to describe it. It's like a cup or a mug that is absolutely cracked, and you're holding it together with sheer strength. You know that the moment you let go, that thing is gonna shatter into a million pieces. So, between that and the closet comparison, one of the reasons why I have always stayed away from any drugs, alcohol, or even stuff like meditation and yoga is because honestly, I have been always afraid of losing my cognitive function. Like not being in my full senses, if that makes sense. Like as long as I have full control of my mind, I can hold this bullshit together. But I don't even want to imagine what would happen the moment my mind got impaired. That's why I have never gotten even tipsy with alcohol, and I have never tried any drugs. And that is also why I wouldn't want to try medical, legal drugs that alter my mental state. The one thing I need in this world is the control over my own mind, because I think if I ever lose it, I'm gonna go down into a downward spiral that is just gonna be beyond anything I have ever conceived, and I'm not gonna come out of it. So yeah, that reason keeps me sober. That's why I am never doing drugs, or I am never doing anything that will impair my judgment, because I do fear what might happen for myself. Oh damn. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that in a, bad taste. It was just the most appropriate way to describe the feeling. Eh, but yeah, that is the reality. So like I said, I live, in a functional way, but at the same time, I am aware that I am not entirely normal. But I guess as long as I don't cause any problems and mind my own business, I guess it's all right. And well, I try to get entertainment in life, to find something to do. Eh, I have a brother to take care of. I have cats, so as little as that might be, I guess that is my purpose in life. So yeah, I don't feel I am not as affected by the depression anymore, but I'm aware of how terrible it can be. So I really wish one day you can overcome it. And who knows? Maybe you can free yourself in full. It's a wonderful life. You know what? That is funny. I have seen many cartoon episodes that reference it, but I have never watched the movie itself. I am aware, like for example, like in Johnny Bravo, The Simpsons, and it's also something that I have thought of myself. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of believe it that things would be significantly better off if I wasn't born. But not just that. If I wanted to make it right, I would need to be able to travel back in time and prevent my mom from getting married to my father. If I managed to pull that off, my mother's life would be fixed, and as a bonus, I wouldn't be here. So that is a win win. Now I'll just have to wait for someone to come up with time travel. It's an Amazon Prime video. All right. Well, sure, we can watch that. And if you have any more suggestions, we can also do that. You know what? I know that they have been starting late, but also, well, Monday I was caught up in work. Tuesday I really wanted to do the stream, but literally my cat threw the bucket of water, it broke, and it filled the kitchen floor with water, and I had to do cleanup. And all while avoiding sleeping because, my damaged ankle. So that was a mess. And today I kind of had a busy day. Um, I'm still not completely recovered from the ankle thing. So doing anything physical takes me a bit longer. All right, but tomorrow I am hoping there will be no more interruptions and we might have time for more stuff. The movie and maybe some shorts or some videos if you have a list to recommend. Back in time to the Hoover Bloop Highway. Nah. You know what, Roundcat? If I were more selfish, yes, I would just find the right place to be born. But if I had the power, I would just fix my mom's life at the cost of my own. I mean, if they let me be reborn into another family after I fix my mother's life, yeah, sure. I would go for it. But I would consider that more important. There's tons of Christmas time. Two movies might be enough for the stream. All right. Well, if you can recommend another movie, we'll watch them. And that's gonna be the Theater Thursday. Christmas cartoons and movies. I got the idea. All right. Well, I think that was enough rambling. So, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. That's gonna be for tonight. And remember, tomorrow we're having Theater Thursday. We're gonna be watching It's a Wonderful Life and another Christmas movie. And let's see. I'm gonna check with MS for availability and help determine what to do on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I know I have to finish Corpse Party, Fatal Frame, and I'm also doing Mega Man XOD. So I'm still deciding. Nemo Co-op. That's probably gonna be like for next week, but yeah. All right. Yeah, we can watch the remake. Sure. All right, guys. And Roundcat also have a good one. For most of us it's night, but you never know. So have a good one, and hopefully see you next time.